did this happen?
He holds most of the franchise passing records. They haven't won this year consistently. He leads the league in interceptions. We've got a new general manager and a new coach. They want to do what they want to do. And so they made the decision to go forward without him. And now both sides would like a fresh, clean start elsewhere. The question is how they get there. Because on the third day after the Super Bowl, over $40 million becomes guaranteed. So if they're going to trade Derek Carr, they need to reach an agreement with another team that promises and gives its word to them, yes, we'll trade for Derek Carr when the new year begins and take on that money. And if the team backs out, then they're stuck with that money. So it becomes a little tricky, and that could impact the value that they get in return for Derek Carr. But he's going to be on a new team in 2023. He and the Raiders are done. They're going to meet after the season. They'll figure out the way it works. And we've seen in other years where Alex Smith was traded Super Bowl week, Matthew Stafford was traded before the Super Bowl. We've seen more and more quarterback deals. This one becomes a little bit complicated because of the money that's due the third day after the Super Bowl. But both sides want to make it happen, and they're going their own ways. So
is the point to not play him for these next two games just so he doesn't get hurt and they have to pay him? Like, why not play? You could still make the playoffs. Why not play him these next 2 weeks?
Well, the chance of making the playoffs are so low that they're remote. But there's still a chance. And when there's a chance, you want to try to pursue it. I think they felt like they wanted to see what they have right now in Jarrett Stidham, and they didn't want to be on the hook for over $40 million in guaranteed money if he happens to get hurt. I don't think that money drove the decision, but it would be ignorant to think it wasn't a part of the decision.
There's going to be a reaction. I mean, you see the guys that feel very strongly about Derek Carr that are already, talking about it in the locker room, like Devontae Adams and Jacobs and those type of guys. You could lose them. I mean, you better have a plan. You better know the plan, because although it's a long shot for the playoffs, we still have a shot. I'm thinking if I'm in that locker room, so what are we doing here? Was this the plan all along? Was Derek Carr always sort of auditioning to see if he was the quarterback of the future? Because this can be impactful long-term for guys. Winning, okay, I remember what he did to Derek Carr, so there's no loyalty here for me. So going forward, I know what Josh McDaniels is all about. So I'm just saying that's the initial reaction. So going forward, there's got to be a plan on who they bring in and what the long-term plan is for this team.
Well, Brew, I think the obvious plan out there, immediately you're going to think there's going to be a marriage with Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels. At least that's the first thing I think of, because they had, 20 years together or whatever in New England. So I think that's something that's out there. But here's the deal. If Brady plays, there's going to be other suitors than just the Raiders for Tom Brady. So I don't know if you can assume you're going to get him.
With Tom Brady, you're making the assumption he wants to play, which we don't know, that he would go to Las Vegas. What about San Francisco if you're going to go out west?
Right.
And what about Jimmy Garoppolo, who's also a free agent and who has also worked with Josh McDaniels? There are quarterback options out there. But to your point, Teddy, they better have an idea of what they're going to do. And I would think that no matter what they do, they're going to draft a quarterback to begin developing as well.
Y'all talking about having a plan with the Raiders still being in the playoffs. We're sitting here talking about, a team of a quarterback that had the C on his chest, the captain. It's not what Derek Carr, did do, is what he didn't do. And that's to lead this team. One thing we said about Josh McDaniels, you heard me say it time and time again about this offense, how sophisticated it is. So you talking about having a plan. Stidham has been in Josh McDaniels' offense before. The last two games, they're playing a very tough 49ers team today. You're talking about losing players between Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams. Over these next 2 weeks, they could possibly lose them. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you look at the relationship that Derek Carr and Devontae Adams built all the way from college. Then he gets them all the love, the hugs and stuff like that. Now you give this man some money. And now that his best friend, his love bug, is now gone. So the plan that I want to see from the Las Vegas Raiders in the next 2 weeks, Stidham is not their future, but to be able to run this offense to keep them at least respectable. If you say they're still in the playoff hunt, I expect guys to go out there and still compete. That's what I expect.
Doesn't Josh knows Stidham, though. Josh knows Josh Stidham for when he came into where it is now. He brought him into Las Vegas. So it's like, I'm just saying, I'm in that locker room and Josh is up there saying an opportunity to see a young kid play. And it's like, come on, man, this is your guy. I mean,
you've seen him before.
This guy already. So this is everything that we're going through in the locker room in terms of feelings, because I'm telling you, When the most upset I had ever been at the New England Patriot organization was when they got rid of Lawyer Malloy, and it was just like that. They got rid of him, and he was traded to the Buffalo Bills, and all of a sudden, everyone's pissed at Bill, everyone's pissed at the coach, everyone's pissed at upper management. So that's what's going on right now.
By the way, you won a Super Bowl that
Sunday
year.
against
We
Buffalo.
lost. We lost.
You lost 31-0.
Yeah.
That, to me, that's
They
the thing.
won the
like,
Super Bowl that year, though.
Finally, eventually, but
Well,
listen,
I'll take
but I
that.
think Josh McDaniels. I think Josh McDaniels likes Jarrett Stidham as a quarterback. I think he likes him as a player. I understand why you would bench all the reasons you would bench Derek Carr. You know, the money, the interceptions, all of that. I just think this is a huge lack of respect. How to handle this player. Randy, you're talking about the guy that wears the C on his chest.
Yes.
For years and years and years. All those stars are filled in on that C on his chest. And last year, to put that team through the crap that they went through last year, who was the guy
Who
at the
stood
podium?
up? There you go. Who stood up?
I don't care what anybody says, the money, whatever. Derek Carr will be a Raider longer than a lot of those people making decisions will be a Raider. 40 years from now, we'll still think of Derek Carr as a Raider. You know, maybe he had a part in this, but just from the outside looking in, this is disappointing. To have the guy not even in the building, to have him not on the sidelines after everything that he's given you, after everything he's put his body on the line for you, that is garbage to me. Now maybe he didn't want to be there, and so if that's true, I'll back off on that. But the way they've handled it is, to me, it's just a huge lack of respect.
I just have a hard time buying that whole. I mean, them saying that he didn't want to be a distraction. A distraction. First of all, the only thing he's distracted from has been the dysfunction in this organization for so long. This is a guy that's had 6 different head coaches. I mean, he has been through. He's been one of the bright spots of the Raiders. Look at this list right here. This is what this guy has dealt with, and I am not trying to.
You tell me who on that list you
perfect.
think of when you think of the Raiders. Right there, I think of Derek Carr. That's who I think. On that list right there, I think of Derek Carr.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.